Hello and welcome, YouTubers, Black Hand Gaming community, and a special thanks to Jacksepticeye. If you do not know who Jacksepticeye is, please go to his YouTube channel, like and subscribe. He has amazing and hilarious videos. And the special thanks goes to Jacksepticeye for showing his community the game Subnautica. Subnautica is just an amazing game where you are an astronaut who has crash landed on a planet that is fully engulfed with oceans. And on this ocean, you have to survive, which means that you have to find food and water, fresh water to live. And aside from living, you have to use the minerals and deposits that are in the area around you to build bases and aquatic vehicles that will help you to survive in this atmosphere, in this underwater terrain. Excuse me, I've been drinking tonight. So in this, I wanted to show Jacksepticeye a few things that I have done in thanks to his videos for showing me this game. If it wasn't for Jack, I would never have known anything about this game. But, so I wanted to show you guys what I've done and just give you a general idea of what I have. Right here, this is the inside of the Cyclops submarine. I have all the reinforcements. I don't think that they've actually included in the game what the reinforcements do. They're supposed to let you delve down to deeper depths within the ocean, but they're not really changing anything for my submarines. Unfortunately, I've named my submarines Strider. The first submarine that I built, I went on an expedition to delve to the deepest depths that I possibly could. I got to 1,269 meters under the ocean, and I was fascinated with what I found down there, but unfortunately there was no aquatic life down there that I haven't seen already. So, I mean, the area down there was pretty much barren. So I hope that the developers of the game will come up with more creatures for not only the higher elevations in the water, but also lower than the lowest of the low elevations. Because as we know on Earth, even at the deepest depths of the ocean, there are all kinds of life down there. And I would like to see that in this game. I think this game has amazing potential. So here in the video, that Strider one right there, which as you can see has a whole bunch of hull damage because of the depths that I took it to. With the reinforcements, it should have been able to go beyond 200 meters under the ocean, but unfortunately it just wasn't able to do that, and it didn't, and I caused serious hull damage to it. And in Jacksepticeye's videos, he was able to use his welder to repair his submarine, but unfortunately in my game, for whatever reason, the welder wouldn't do anything for the damages on the submarine. It would not repair it. So with a completely irreparable, damaged submarine, the only choice that I had was to build another one. So I did, and this is the submarine. I have the replicator and I think 5 storage lockers aboard, which, as I have been demonstrating here, I have all kinds of stuff. A new sea glider, the terraformer. Jack, if you have not made a terraformer, make a terraformer. It is amazing. It will take away parts of the ground, the surface underneath the water, and it will use that as material to create somewhere else more surface, so you can build upon the surface in which you're at. And you know, your bases, if you like to make bases. I know with the submarine, making bases is kind of pointless, because with a submarine it's a mobile base and it just goes anywhere as long as you're not too deep. Don't go too deep. But I mean, you can build your bases anywhere. But bases, I think, as they progress the game, are going to be more purposeful. There's going to be more reason behind having a base. I really hope that, because right now there's really no point in having a base if you have a submarine. But I have 4 bases, and I had 3 of the sea moths that I a friend of mine has named Wanda, a fish named Wanda. But I had 3 Wandas, and they all 3 disappeared. I didn't realize when I made the first 3 Wandas, I did not realize that you could recharge the batteries on the Wanda with the submarine. I had not made a submarine at that point. So I had 2 Wandas that had dead batteries, and a Wanda that had about 50% battery whenever I made my first submarine Strider. So, and then I realized that you could recharge their batteries with the submarine. So I tried to use my 1 submarine to recharge the battery of all 3, but when I made the submarine, the first 2 became unsubstantial. You would just go right through them. There was nothing to it. You couldn't use them, you couldn't get in them, you couldn't do anything with it. So I think that's a bug. Hopefully that'll be fixed later. I would like to see a Subnautica where you could have a sea moth for every base as a backup, and then a sea moth in your submarine that sits up inside of it, and you take it anywhere with you. That would be wonderful. But I believe that I just showed you in the video my first base, and we should be heading out to base number 2 here in just a moment. I wanted to show you all the bases that I had. Well, actually 3 of the 4 bases that I had. 1 is really far out all by itself. I'm going to be making another base probably close to it, so that eventually I have all my bases. I'll have foundation units that will connect all my bases, and eventually I will connect all my bases into 1 large base. Sorry, my headset is trying to shut stuff down. So here's my first base. Power generator after the first base has been moved to the top of the base. It sits on the top of other bases. In this case, the power generator just gets in the way and is really just a pain in the butt. Lockers are very useful, but I only utilize really the lockers in my submarine. That may change after a time and with updates. Now I'm hoping the updates will make the bases more useful. Yeah, showing you there my reinforcements that really right now just don't do anything for the actual gameplay. Hopefully soon they'll make the reinforcements actually do something with the submarine. But I'll tell you from experience, just because you reinforce your submarine, don't think you can actually right now go to deeper depths, because it won't work. You'll just break your submarine. Don't do it. Don't. Alright, so now we're going to base number 2. I wanted base number 2 to be fairly close to the damaged ship, so that I can use that as a jump off to the ship whenever the ship becomes available for exploration. Oh my god, will be amazing. So, here we go. I'm going out of my submarine. And there's the base. This base number 2 is a fairly large base. And as you can see, the power generator is on the top of the base. Excuse me while I take a drink. Yes, having a good night. I found that having the power generator on the top of the base will keep from having it popping up out of the floor somewhere like in base number 1. And it's really like you get stuck on it and you have to try and jump over it, just go around it. Your best bet is to go around it, because jumping over it just doesn't really work that well. You just get stuck. Oh, and I want to see more stuff available for the inside of the base. Right now, the really only I haven't found blueprints for the whatever you call it, the blueprint analysis thing, blueprint analyzer. So I would like to see more stuff in the bases, for the inside of the bases. Whenever you go deeper, you can't have a lot of windows because the pressure under the water will cause stress on the hull of the base, and the base will collapse in on itself. Like this base, if I didn't have the reinforcements on the outside of the hull of the base, it would collapse in on itself, and I had that happen. And I had to use the welder. I had to create a welder, use the welder, and then reinforce everything. And it was really a pain in the butt trying to figure out how to keep this base number 3 from just collapsing in on itself. But I got it working. But the only real useful things for the inside of the base is the fabricator and 1 or 2 lockers. Which, even the lockers, now that I'm submarine, are just kind of useless. Unless I just use them for excess material. Because I like to have enough materials on the submarine to go on a long journey and then come back. So I have to have power cells and food and whatnot, copper, titanium, glass. I have to have all that stuff in excess so that if I need something, I can build it right there on the spot and not have to go look for it. As you can see, as we go out into these deeper depths away from
passing safe depth.
what you've seen, what I've seen in your videos, there's just a whole lot of nothingness. It isn't populated yet. So at that point, there's just no materials to go by. Now this is interesting. In this video, this is the first time that I've actually seen these spiky protrusions and these big round balls coming out.
Emergency.
I have no idea what this is, so I'm gonna have to go back in and re-explore this area. I have no idea what this is. I know I've said that 3 times now. This is amazing. I was making this video for you, and all of a sudden, boom! Out of nowhere, there's all this new shit that I've never seen before. So I'm gonna have to, after this video, after I finish recording and editing this, I'm gonna have to go back and explore what the hell that was. And if there's anything there that I can take any materials from. But Jacksepticeye, if you're watching this video, thank you very much for what you do and the time that you take to do it, and the fact that you put out 2 videos every day. Every day, 2 videos. That is amazing. I have a little bit of experience with YouTube and creating videos and the editing process and all that. I could not imagine being able to spit out 2 videos a day on different topics, different subjects completely, and doing, like, really focusing myself on doing what you do. I think it is an amazing talent, and I think you do it very, very well. So just thank you to you. And for the Black Cane Gaming community, thank you so much for giving me a place that I feel at home, that I have people to talk to and communicate with on a daily basis, outside from my wife, which I love very much. She is wonderful. Like and subscribe, and thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day.